That's a real good question. And so often people do ask that question in different ways. Are you a salesman, or what's the key to your success? And I, over and over and over, have told and said to people that I find that most people are reasonably intelligent. Most of us can discern things pretty well. The difference that I've found in entrepreneurs and in the successes of different people has really been their desire to work, the diligence that they put behind what they do, the initiative, the self-starter part of what you put behind what you do. Do you grab the remote control at 6 o'clock every evening and don't put it down to 12 o'clock at night? Or are you constantly an entrepreneur with a pencil and a piece of paper in your hand, and you're constantly writing things down, thinking about how do you make things better? So work is what I find is the difference, and not just pretending or playing work, but actually doing the real work of making things happen. So sales ability, I think we all have sales ability, and it's amazing. The more you tell the truth, the more facts that you give, reasonably intelligent people, the more they believe you, the more they trust you. So sometimes when we talk about sales ability, it almost sounds like sales ability is the ability to cajole people or to fool them. I don't want to fool anybody. I just want to give you the facts, and the more I give you the information, the more quality of decision you'll make. I truly believe that. That's an interesting question. I would not say that I saw what we do today years ago. The answer to that is absolutely not. I also would not say that I had some plan that if I do this like this, this is going to be the end result. What I did know is that there was more to life than what was surrounding me when I was 15 years of age, 20 years of age, 25 years of age, and when I got out of college and discovered Black Enterprise magazine and realized that there were people who looked like me who were doing spectacular things in business. So from a visionary standpoint, I'd say that I had a vision. That vision was that there was more to do. There was more to be had. So many people have said over the years that we're only limited by our dreams. And I truly believe that. I sometimes quote, and I believe it was Robert Kennedy said this some years ago, that problems of the world can not be solved by men whose horizons are limited by the obvious realities. We need men who can think of things that never were and ask why not. I think that's what vision is all about, asking why not. So glad to be here. Wow, another great question. Kappa Alpha Psi, which is international fraternity, one that I've been a member of for, dare I say, 45 years. Even though I look 47, I've been a member of 45 for Kappa Alpha Psi for 45 years. Joined as a young man, sophomore year in college. Kappa has meant everything, because what it has done is that it has created a community. It's a community of intelligent, professional men, not only throughout the country, but throughout the world, that I've been able to tap into for advice and counsel, for other resources when I needed them, whether it's financial resources or just being in a particular city or country and not knowing your way around. Early on as a college student, actually going into job interviews, and not only being a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, but there has been a kinship, a brother and sisterhood when people found out that I was a member of a Black Greek letter organization, and that's whether or not they were deltas or AKAs or Qs or sigmas. It meant something when they found out that I was part of the Divine Nine, and that's still true today. I think, and the reason why it means something, because I think it signals to people that you are committed to something, that you'll work towards something, that you'll stay with it, and that something means something to you, that you understand the value of organization. And so with that, Kappa Alpha Psi has been one of my greatest assets and still is. Early on, I've always wanted to be able to employ people. Obviously, people having jobs is important in any community for any economy. And I don't take it lightly. That is what keeps me up at night, thinking about how we can do more for our employee team members. So it's very, very, very important, and it's near and dear to my heart, and I'm humbled by the fact that we've been able to employ hundreds of people. As far as from a successor standpoint, having my daughter and my son involved in the business, very few businesses ever make it to the second generation, and almost none make it to a third generation. So to have them involved and have them enthusiastic about the business, to want to be in it. I never pushed the business on them. I think that it must have been 6, 7, 8 years ago, they both realized that if they did not show back up in Detroit, that Dad was actually considering just selling everything off and and moving on down the road. And they showed back up and said, "Oh, he's for real. He's not going to wait on us any longer. We better get going here." So it's very, very important to have some successors, to be able to go into a second generation of a company, and that's so often the main reason, or one of the main reasons, why true entrepreneurs do what they do and work so hard, because of the importance of employing people and affecting lives like that, and then B, having something to move to a next generation that creates a legacy within that community. So those things are uber important, absolutely. Nothing in particular. Like I say, I'm always surprised, I guess I'd say, when I run into people and they say, "Hey, tell me about this and that you all are doing." And my greatest hope, particularly as an African American man, is that these types of developments, these types of successes, if you will become a little bit more commonplace in our community, where they're not seen as such a wow factor, but I mean, they're still good. I don't want to diminish the value of what I've done, what our organization has been able to do and continues to do. But I really look forward to the day when success within the African American community is more commonplace than it seems to be now. And so, as important as it is, it doesn't take on an overimportance. I still pride myself on being from the west side of Detroit, grew up on Linwood, proud product of Central High School, and we're all still the same people. Some of us have been a little luckier to do some things than others, but we're all still the same people. So going forward, I look forward to giving more back to the community. I'm trying to slow down a little bit in our business so that I can get more involved philanthropically in the community, because I enjoy those types of things. But yes, we have a couple projects going on. Fisher Body Development, which will be $140 million, 433 apartment units, 50,000 square feet of retail space, one of Detroit's iconic ruined porn buildings being brought back to life. We're excited about that. We also have a project in Davison, Michigan, where we're going to be developing on land, existing land that we have around a golf course that we own, 39 home sites, a subdivision that we're putting together. We're excited about that. We've got a couple other things happening in downtown Detroit that we can't talk about right now, but we're hoping coming into November, December, that we may get some that'll come to fruition. And then we have a project in the Lafayette Park area of Detroit that we're hoping to build about 10 luxury condos on property that we own, which is contiguous to our Lafayette Towers apartment complex, which happens to be the largest apartment complex in the city of Detroit, 600 units. So we're very, very proud of that. And over the last 10 years, we've spent $35 million in renovations, renovating that entire property. So a lot of good stuff going on, And we're excited to be here today. Thank you all for coming out and shopping with us. We always say shopping with us, because anyone who comes to talk to us, it always feels like they're shopping with us, because you can choose to shop, to talk with anyone else. And so we appreciate you coming in.